All right, we're back in the house and I'm about to go psycho crazy mode, but in like a good way, because we're gonna try and finish this house in 1 week. Oh. All we have to do is, that's it. That's all we have to do.
The reason I'm trying to do all this in 7 days is because I'm leaving for a Ford Raptor rally in 7 days.
But first, we gotta tape off the kitchen. So let's start.
I decided to take apart the cabinets first because I knew doing the cabinets was gonna take a lot of time, but I had no idea the can of moldy worms I was opening.
Taking all of these drawers, cabinets, and everything off, we're sanding them. And then once they're all sanded down, we're gonna take a spray gun and spray it after we taped everything off.
Like any good HGTV impersonator, I got contractors to do the hard stuff, and they already removed the wood paneling in the whatever room.
Oh, we're born in the... What is it? What's my line?
I was born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness. Oh, dead riot.
Mold.
Mold, yeah, look right under there, mold. Apparently bleach and water in a spray bottle. So you get rid of that, so that's what we're gonna do. Lots of stuff to do. I got some bleach on my finger.
After laying a thick coat of bleach down in the cabinets, I decided to take all the hardware off the cabinets so I could sand and paint.
That is all of the screws, drawers, and pulls pulled off, unscrewed. So that way we can start sanding. So I've never sanded before in my entire life, but I have a hand sander here I'm gonna try. So I think I'm starting with like 150 grit, whatever that means.
As I ran the sander over the cabinets, I noticed something really interesting. I was doing almost nothing. I went to an 80 grit, hoping for some real action. Again, nothing happened. So that's when I took it over to my dad's shop to ask for help.
Sanded this one, didn't sand this one, so we're gonna try and see if this is enough to actually paint. I'm not an expert. Best sander in the world. Colonel Sanders.
Crazy enough, when he used his sander on there, it took off a decent amount of paint.
Let's go.
Woo, let's go. This revealed a new problem. It took about 30 minutes to take off one side of all the paint on the cabinet, which is not gonna work for our timeline. Also, when we got back, the bleach killed all the black mold. We were able to just wipe it away and whatever other crusty stuff was in the cabinets. While looking up alternatives online, I found a product that would solve all the problems in the most satisfying way. Paint stripper.
All right, here we go. We're gonna try the amazing products that look super good on TikTok. Shake well. I can smell it through the mask. I don't know if you can see this big pile of boogers.
Ew.
It turns the paint on the cabinets to goo that easily scrapes off, in theory. So we went to work laying on a pretty thick coat of this across all the cabinets. Then all we had to do was wait 30 minutes. I also decided to just throw a bunch onto a door on a flat surface to see what it would do.
Bad?
That's not bad, huh?
What's that underneath it? Is it just primer? Or is that old paint?
See, one of the two.
So that didn't really work over here at all.
No, it looks like we need to do more.
It ended up taking off some of the paint, but not even close to all of it. I tried a metal scraper to see if that was better. It was not. A few of the spots were satisfying, but it did not work like we thought. We tried to scrape off as much as we could, but since this stuff was pretty expensive, I didn't want to waste it, and we went ahead and put on another even thicker coat.
Ew. 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 Ow. Gross. Ah. 3 hours of work and several coats of that paint remover and all that. You know, I feel like it looks better on camera than it does in person. We also hit the lower side and we're sort of just scraping
all of this off, and then I think I'm just gonna try and sand it and see if paint will stick. Sad it didn't work like the TikToks. Scammed. I ran the sander that hardly works across all the cabinets to smooth out any rough patches, which left us with this. So, with a huge amount of time wasted, I said, screw it, let's throw some primer on there. We also tried priming the doors without taking any paint off, which worked fine, and it's what I should have done from the get-go. Since we got everything primed, that was a good stopping point, so we wrapped up for the day. The next day, I taped off everything. Since we were gonna be using a paint gun, I didn't wanna have anything exposed. Additionally, the contractors had gotten a few things done as well. Let me show you all the things that the contractors accomplished today. Look, they completely drywalled in the whatever room. Boom, done. And then, this was, where's the light? Light on. This cupboard was also over here. And so we had them cut that out and turn this into a closet, because before it was basically like a dresser. Yeah, they got this one completely removed and the one in the other room. So they'll all be converted to closets. I still had to prime the other side of the cabinet, so we laid them, primed them up, and then it was time to start spraying. And everything started going wrong. Update, I am super angry. The paint gun doesn't work at all whatsoever. Every time you turn it on to spray mode, it won't run. And so we've gone ahead and just ruined the cabinets a little bit, and all the prep work I did the whole day to spray it in 2 seconds, spray gun won't work. So we're gonna roll it. We're going to Ace Hardware to get brushes so that we could paint it on. And the funniest part is, at this point, we could have just taken the brushes and painted over the blue paint, and it would look the same. It would have looked the exact same. Ace is closed. Ace is closed. Okay. After I finished crashing out, we got some cheap brushes from Walmart, started rolling the cabinets. This went surprisingly quick, and then I moved on to the doors. Call me crazy, but the door painted like this, I kind of think looks cool. I don't know, you let me know. After that, I had to go back through and touch up all the trim in order to get the cracks, which wrapped up our next day. Yesterday, I wasn't able to work on the house, not because I wasn't here or wanted to, but because the contractors were knocking out so much. So let's go in and I'll show you what they got done. They put the beam up in place where the wall was, and while I was walking through, one of the contractors asked, "Good?" Yeah, everything looks so good. You guys are killing it. They put mud up in most places that it needed it and put all the excess wood in the yard so I could load it up into the trailer. I did know this was gonna take a while, but I was really surprised when one of the contractors saw me out there loading everything up and he came to help. Then the other contractor showed up too, and the pile disappeared pretty quickly. Thanks, guys. Once all that was loaded up, I just needed to get all the excess wood removed from the wardrobe closets. Before I could really move forward with painting, I needed them to finish mudding everything, so I wrapped up the day by cleaning up the yard. Okay, we're back at the house again. It's a Saturday, so we have a very long day ahead of us. We're going to do a bunch of taping off, and then we might try and just paint the entire inside of the house. So let's do it. We taped around any place that was gonna touch a black wall, and then I started priming any area that had put new drywall, which was the entirety of the whatever room and all of the closets. We wrapped up the priming and taped off the final room so we could paint. All we had to do was wait for it to dry. I'm literally crashing because it's like 1 o'clock and I hadn't eaten anything, so we're running Brahms. Brahms trip. Cheeseburgers and froyo, and I think the primer will have dried by the time we're done eating, and we can start freaking painting. I already started painting my face. After slapping some Brahms, we decided to roll the white walls first, since most of the house was going to be this color. Then we rolled the black accent walls. All right, so this is basically what every room is gonna look like. Walk in, black wall, all the rest white, and then at a later time, once this is all dry, we'll paint the trim black. So even though I said we could paint the trim black, we were running so short on time, I decided white would be faster and easier. In case anyone cares, the colors were Frost for white from Home Depot and Limousine Leather for black. It was basically the whitest white and the darkest black. All right, so today's the final day that I need to have the house done. And as you can see, the floor is untouched, so it's not happening. What I could possibly do if I really go crazy is I could finish painting the whole inside of the house, which is basically everything except the bedrooms. And then while I'm gone, I can have a contractor refinish these floors. So today's pretty much the last day. We'll just see how much we can get done. I got to work putting up tape around the trim and then had to prime the entire ceiling in the dining room, which absorbed so much paint. Since it was grind time, we all went to work. So we ran out of paint and requested special help, which has arrived. Oh, there's a lot of paint on my face. And now we can paint white. Basically everything in the house. There's more paint on my hands than there is on the wall. Look at what we got done with the whole roster. Man, it's starting to look like something. I love this window placement. Thought it was very clever the way they offset it, you know? Oh good, it's a different offset. Look at the distance there. A+ building. Show you guys what we got going on. Ooh, fancy. Ain't that fancy?
So fancy.
Fancy. All right, it's the next day. Very, very little sleep. I am really dying, and today is the last day to get it done. I wanted to be done yesterday, so I didn't have to try and cram this in today, but I gotta get ready for the trip. Gotta get all the trimming in done or cutting in on the paint. Oh gosh, it sucks. With the house almost ready to move into, all we needed to do was take the tape down and paint and trim the doors. All right, we just made it back from our trip. Jose has the floors done, and so we're gonna go in and see them for the first time and see what they look like. So, pretty excited. Here we go. Dang. This turned out nice. I couldn't find a step stool, but we needed to take all the paint down, and somehow we found a way. I've done a little bit of off-camera work. Just a little bit, I'm just gonna keep saying that. I just wanted to show you guys where everything was at. So we made some adjustments to the outside. I'll explain that in a moment, but we finished the entire remodel. It took about a month. That's the living room, dining room, whatever room, kitchen. I have a temporary office here, bedrooms mostly put together, and the bathroom is finally up and running. I had to go without water for a couple weeks, which is very difficult if you haven't had to do that before. But we got it done. I frosted the glass because we don't have curtains, and I don't know what to do with this bedroom, so let me know if you do. And then I did something crazy. Go, Joe.
He listens pretty well. He's just a little tater tot. Oh, isn't he the cutest thing you've ever seen? Oh, he's just a nibbly guy. Oh, did you see the tongue? Did you see it? See what color it was? Oh. goodness. Like and subscribe for Gojo. See you in the next one.
Just gotta go into work. Anyways, yeah, it's gonna be a long day, so. He's a good boy. Yeah, he is. Okay, chill out. Just chill there. Okay. This is Gojo. He is my entire life. Quite possibly the cutest thing in the whole wide world. It's pretty crazy. He does look like just a void of darkness, though, most of the time.